Good day, sir. Good day, everyone. I am Jessamine Blanco. So my topic is all about the Global Teacher Status Index of 2013. In 2013, the Varkey James Foundation, a non-profit organization registered with the Charity Commission for England and Wales, conducted the first ever Global Teacher Status Index. So, the study polled 21 countries all over the world that include Brazil, China, Swiss Republic, Egypt, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Israel, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Portugal, Turkey, Singapore, South Korea, Spain, Switzerland, United Kingdom, and United States of America. These countries were chosen on their performance in PISA and teams to represent the major continents of the world. PISA stands for Program for International Student Assess, which means assess the application of skills for real-life problem. And TEAMS, Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study, which means being more curriculum-based. It focuses on assessing pupils' knowledge and skills in mathematics and science. So this index published in 2013 addressed the major differences in the way teachers are received by the public. Different countries' perception inform who decides to become a teacher, how they are respected, and how they are financially rewarded. So this is a survey. This survey explored the level of respect for teachers and different countries and their social standing. So there is no specific relation between the status accorded teachers through their index score and student outcomes in their country, and however, significant variations between different countries due to a number of differences in perceptions and culture. The index determines the level of respect afforded the teachers in the specific country. So the data include profile of teachers, respect teaching as sought after profession, contextualized understanding of teacher status, and views on pupils' respect for teachers. China, South Korea, and Turkey, Egypt, and Greece respect their teachers another more than other European and Anglo-Saxon countries, while Israel and Brazil featured at the lower end of the Teacher Global Index. These are some key questions asked in the survey. First is how teachers are respected in relations to other professions. What is the social standing of teachers? Will parents encourage their children to be teachers? Is it perceived that children respect their teachers? What people think teachers ought to be paid? Should teachers be paid according to the performance of their pupils? How much are teachers trusted to deliver good education to children? What is the degree of trust that people have on their education system? So first is teacher status. So social status of teachers. So this is a study rank the teaching professions against other jobs in two-thirds of the countries surveyed. Teaching status was most similar to social work, which is Germany, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Netherlands. And in other countries, it was closer to librarianship, the USA, Brazil, France, Turkey, New Zealand, or nursing. Only in China was teaching viewed as most similar to the medical professions. This suggests the perceived nature of teaching varies across cultures. So the primary and the secondary, so this is the study found a higher regard for primary elementary school teachers compared to secondary school teachers and head teachers across 14 other occupations. This may reflect differing responsibilities or societal perceptions of early childhood education versus later schooling. So this is the table. So ang China, Egypt, Turkey hold the most respectful teachers, while ang Israel, Brazil and Czech Republic hold the less respect for teachers. So teaching sought after professions. So explain na lang nako siya diretso, no? So 50% of parents in China is encourage their children to pursue teaching, a higher rate than in Israel, Portugal, Brazil, and Japan. South Korea, Turkey, and Egypt show similar levels of parental support. This is cultural differences in the perceived value and the desirability of a teaching career. So the next is pupil respect for teachers. So I will explain it na lang po, no? So China's is a high respect. So in China, 75% of respondents believe students respected their teachers, significantly higher than the 27% average across all countries surveyed. So, the high respect in other countries as ang Turkey, Egypt, and Singapore also show high levels of student respect for teachers. So, the global average is globally there's a 46% believe that pupils respect their teachers. So Europe versus Asia and Middle East, European countries show more pessimism about student respect for teachers than those in Asia and the Middle East. Most European respondents felt students disrespected teachers more than they actually did. Has a potential perception gap. So this is the table. So the table show the average yearly teacher salaries in USD for various countries. The accompanying text notes that survey respondents were asked if the salaries were too low, too high, or just right. So most countries felt the teacher salaries were fair. So the Japan, France, and the USA had salaries considered higher than fair. So dako sila sweldo. So the majority of countries believe teachers deserve higher pay than they were currently receiving. Performance-related pay in all the 21 centuries, more than 59% of people think teachers ought to be paid according to the performance of their pupils. So, the average across countries, 75%. So, the most countries favorite a pay system linked to student learning outcomes. Performance-related pay or PRP was suggested as a sustainable mechanism. So, a strong support across 21 countries, over 59% of people believe teacher pay should be linked to student performance. The average was 75%. This suggests widespread support for merit-based compensation. So, dili lang na siya, basahon, explain na lang ako siya. So, teacher agency and control. So, the positive trust is no country in the survey related trust below 5 on an unspecified scales. So, indicating a generally positive view of teachers' trustworthiness across all nations. So, the variation in trust levels is there was variation. Finland and Brazil show the highest levels of trust, while Israel, Japan, South Korea, and Egypt nagpakita dalo og pinakagamay. This suggests cultural factors influence public perception of teachers' competence and reliability. So, si Peter Dalton, usa ka professor of economics at sa Sussex University. So, ano siya, no, si Professor Peter Dalton nga mao nga dako kaayo ang kailangan sa pagtan-aw sa publiko sa mga maestra sa nagkadaiyang nasod tungod kini makaapekto kon kinsay gustong mahimong maestra kung unsaon sila pagtahod o kung unsa kadako ang ilang sweldo. Kini makaapekto sa ilang trabaho sa pagtudlo sa ato ang mga anak. So mao ni naka-state dira sa iyahang quotes, no, mao na ang iyahang gipasabot dinhaa. So gi-state ni Sunny Varkey diri sa iyahang quotes nga mao nga ang mga maestra hatagan og respeto sa mga sama sa mga doktor apan sa daghang nasod nawala na ang taas nga pagtahod nga kanunay natong gihuna-huna ang pagminhos sa respeto sa mga maestra makahapahuway sa pagtudlo, pagkat-on og paghatag og respeto sa mga maestra sa pagtudlo, pagkat-on og mga oportunidad sa pagkat-on sa minilyon og sa katapusan. Makapahuyang sa mga katalingban sa tibuok kalibutan. Mipadayag siya og dakong garbo tungod kay maestra ang iyahang mga ginikanan. Iyang gihisgutan nga maayong panumduman sa iyang inahan bahin sa ilang nahimo isip maestra lakip na ang pagkarespeto sa ilang nadawat sa ilang komunidad tungod sa ilang trabaho. Ang mga maestra gitan-aw nga dunay taas nga kahibalo busa sila ang gipahangyuan og tambag og ang labing importante ilang gipukaw ang imahinasyon sa bata nga nakahimo og dakong mga butang alang sa ilang kaugalingon ug sa kalibutan. So, this is the summary, no? Explain na lang nako. So, the lesson to examine the status of professional teachers globally. It discuss how teachers rules, primary versus secondary levels depend on their education and qualifications. Professional teachers have three main responsibilities: teaching, managing, learning, and administrative tasks. So the lesson also used the data from the 2013 Global Teacher Index report showing variations in teacher respect, pay, and influence across 21 countries. Since the Philippines participated, the question is whether the survey results will be similar there. So that's all. Thank you.